It's the You Name It podcast with Davin Christensen and Jerry Taylor.
Hola, Jerry.
I always feel like there's a long pause before you do that.
Yep.
I wonder if anybody even likes that.
I don't
know. We should ask Sean Burns, listener Sean Burns.
Mr. Burns.
Maybe he has,
Hola, Mr. Burns.
Some suggestions for a new opening. It's the You Name It podcast, listened to by Mr. Sean Burns.
And many others.
And many others.
Who shall be unnamed.
Davin, tell us, where are you this time? Well, you know what? We missed last week. I'm sorry. And this happens.
Every once in a while.
It was a problem.
Work.
Yeah. I was in Toronto, and I had no time at all. Very long days.
Our paying
doing the
gigs
Toronto
take
stuff.
precedence.
It does. Got to put food on my family.
Hey, were you able to listen to that rap I sent you?
Oh, yeah, I was. And we teased the crowd, but I did listen to it, and there are some salvageable spots in that bum's rap.
Okay. Yeah, that was from Baltimore.
Baltimore.
But I
don't know. I love going to the beach in Baltimore.
It's so nice. Fells Point is just so nice in the summer.
I noticed when I was doing the Three Stooges documentary years ago with my friend Paul Garucki and my other friend Bill Hunt, we interviewed a lot of people who were from the old school East Coast. They were Stooge family members, right? Like Larry Fine's sister and all this kind of stuff. They seem to always want to say Baltimore, like there's an I in there.
Baltimore. Okay.
Oh, I remember when I was a girl, Larry would take us down to the beach in Baltimore. That's how she sounded, too. She sounded like that cartoon.
We had one of those guys come in the GMC booth, and he had the total pickup line. This is at the auto show walking around, and he's going to all the different booths, and anyone that has an attractive girl in it, he's trying to make a conversation with. So he walked up to one of the DLs in one of the booths and was like, "Oh, I recognize an accent. Where are you from?" One of those. But he had such the East Coast accent, and he didn't think he had one. And I'm thinking this guy probably uses this line on everybody just to find out where they're from and stalk them.
Which line? The pretending he doesn't have an accent line? Or
I recognize an accent. Where are you from?
No, that's him with his,
I met people from California and people from New York, and there's all kinds of people from the auto show here, from all over the country.
And where's this? Was that in Baltimore?
Yeah, that was in Baltimore.
Voldemort.
That's what it sounds like.
It was. You reminded me that I was down for a family reunion in Tennessee one time, and we went to go buy fireworks because fireworks were legal there and not legal in Michigan at the time.
Right.
So the girl who was running the stand looks at me and says, "You have an accent. Where are you from?" That kind of a thing.
Yeah, an accent.
And I go, I don't have an accent. You do.
Right.
And she's like, "No, I don't. I don't have an accent. It's you. I sound like everybody around here." I go, "Listen, when you watch TV at night, all of the stations, the news stations included, do those people sound more like me or more like you?" And she goes, "They sound like you." I go, "You have an accent."
She's probably spitting whatever you were ordering or whoever you...
No, fireworks.
Fireworks, okay.
David's not listening again, Bob.
Yeah, I don't. But, okay, so she gave you all the dead fireworks just to piss you off.
Yeah, all the duds. Hey, you don't have me too loud in your headphones, do you? Because it bleeds through on the recording sometimes.
I don't think I do.
Good. I just thought I'd check.
But I will turn the volume down even more. So then I don't even hear you. Because I'm pretty much not listening to you anyway, Jerry. We've determined that.
I know, but I don't want to have to try and edit this. Because when that happens, I have to line up my voice with my voice so that, it doesn't sound weird. Then I sound like I have way extra reverb. Like
Okay.
I'm in a real studio. On second thought, turn it up really loud. I sound cool.
You sound like you're at a monster truck jam, right?
A monster truck jam. Is that what they call them? Jams?
I don't know. Do they? I think they might.
Go ahead and yell Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. You can do it.
Sunday at the fabulous Pontiac Silverdome. Monster Jam. You can buy the seat, but you'll only need the edge. Gravedigger. Kongor. Blah, 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 blah. They just yell it. It doesn't matter what the name is.
Truckzilla! That's stupid. Stupid. Let's see. What do we have here on the list? The great list of things to talk about.
Well, first
Let
of
me
all,
start.
where were you just at?
Me, Toronto.
And I am
Before
in
that,
Cleveland.
Cincinnati.
I'm in the land of Cleve.
Yes, you are in the land of Cleve, which is one of your favorite places to be. I know it is, too.
Oh yeah.
Is that the place where so-and-so invented Cleveland?
Yes.
I forgot about that stupid song. There's a song, people, on YouTube that maybe Davin will post after we share the show that goes on about Cleveland, but it's hilarious because it's saying it's not really complimentary. This is a statue of Moses Cleveland. He's the guy who invented Cleveland.
Exactly. Here's a guy
Right.
you can eat by the street, and this guy probably has 5 DUIs. It's trying to think what they go to. If you search on YouTube, hastily made Cleveland tourism video.
Yes. Hastily made.
And there's 2 of them. They're both great.
Okay, enough about the travel. Let's do something first and then go back to it.
Okay.
All right. So I was going to tell you this before, and it got pushed back because we had so many topics the last time.
Okay.
So people are doing their taxes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's a person that works in our office that was doing her taxes, and I'm not saying names,
Right.
but I sit close to this person with no names.
Right.
Nobody has a name. Anyway, so I'm talking to her, and she's talking about her accountant.
Okay.
No, I have my accountant doing. Oh, she said she had a meeting coming up, and I said, "Oh, is it a good meeting or is it one of those meetings you're going to hate?" She goes, "No, it's not so bad. It's my accountant. I really like him. He's doing my taxes, and I have a meeting about that. But he's really a cool guy. You know, he used to play in the World Series of Poker."
That's who you want doing your taxes.
You got it. That's exactly what I said. I went, "What?" I go, "What do you mean he used to play?" I go, "And this is the guy you want?" And she goes, "What? What do you mean?" I go, "His whole job is to be deceitful.
Exactly.
He's going to bluff like crazy. And you want this guy dealing with your taxes."
Lady
Good catch.
Gaga-
You listened to that time.
Lady Gaga even wrote a song about it. Poker Face. Come on.
Right. And that's your accountant.
Oh.
Oh, well.
How many years
didn't
did he
think it was
spend
too
in
funny.
jail? Oh, I love my accountant. He spent 15 years in prison for tax evasion.
Yeah, for tax evasion. Yeah. Yeah, he's the best. So that was my story about taxes. Did you do your taxes yet?
You don't even want to know. Yes. Yes.
I did not do mine, and I'm not looking forward to that either.
Well, I gave them to Dave, my overachiever friend. He's also my financial planner and everything, and he yelled at me. He pretty much yelled at me.
He yelled at you
Yep.
for spending all of your profits.
For not having enough deductions. So I actually owe this year quite a bit. So
Not having enough deductions.
yes.
But you got a house. You can't deduct any of the children?
Well, I can deduct one of them, but the spousal support went away this year. I didn't put in as much in my 401k as I should have.
Oh, yeah.
Stuff like that. Didn't donate to as many charities, that type of thing.
That brings up an interesting question. If you're in one of the same situations like Davin is, and you have a split up family and there's some children involved, and you have a choice,
Right.
which one do you deduct and do you tell them? You just look at them and go, you asshole, you wrecked the car last night. You're deducted.
Well, I deduct varies per year. And the kids, it doesn't matter one kid or the other as long as you have the same number. So I've got 2 kids, and I'll deduct one of them until my daughter graduates. And then I will deduct my son every odd year from then on out.
Oh.
Until
He's
he
an odd
turns
deduction.
18. Yeah. So he's the odd deduction,
Yeah.
which explains a lot with my son.
You're deducted.
Yeah. Did I tell you what he did while I was gone?
No, but that voice hurt my voice. See? Sometimes you can't do really crazy voices without it hurting. You're deducted.
You're deducted.
Anyway,
He backed
what
it.
did he do? What did he do?
Well, he's only 15.
Mm-hmm.
He does not have his driver's license yet. He has his learner's permit, so he can drive with me or my ex-wife until he gets his license.
Yeah.
Well, Mom caught him with a vape pen.
Uh-oh.
Yep, so he was grounded. Well, while my ex-wife was at work, my daughter was supposed to watch him because he's grounded or be home. Anyway, she went out.
To guard him.
Yep, she was supposed to guard him and protect him from evil. Anyway, who's protecting her from him?
I know.
So she decided she went out with a friend, and her friend picked her up. Well, she left her car keys at the house. Well, my lovely son decided he was stressed out from being grounded, so he was going to go for a little drive around the block.
Was he? What a jackass.
In my daughter's car. So
in her car.
He stole my daughter's car. He backed up into the house and ripped the rearview mirror right off the side of the car. So,
God, Jake, if you're going to go on a de-stress ride, then why would you not learn how to drive first? Seems stressful not to know how to back out of a driveway.
Well, the bad part is he scraped the whole side of the car, so it had to have hit the trunk first, and you'd think he would have stopped. I want to know how fast he was going out of the driveway, because he took the whole side of the car out and the rearview mirror, and of course he hit the house in the corner portion, which my ex-wife's house we had it re-sided when we were married, and that side of the house is 28 feet tall, maybe, but it's the corner piece that holds all the siding in, and he ripped off the most expensive piece you can buy. So, and it's
good aim.
Yeah, it's a custom color. So now he's got thing is she hasn't fixed it yet. So now every time he comes home, it's a reminder of what an evil child he is, of this torn apart house. And my daughter didn't talk to him for weeks after this, and yeah. So
it's crazy. I did the same thing, though. I didn't. My friend Walt did. We were, it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. So what we would do is we're in our 20s, and we would go to the bar, close the bar.
So wait, you weren't 15 and driving?
No, I wasn't 15, but still, this still happened. And we would go and drink until like 20 minutes before the bar closed or whatever, then hurry up and drive over to the store so we can get some beer for after the bar on just any old kind of weekday night, too.
Right.
It's so stupid. So this particular one, we were sitting in the driveway, and we would just sit and drink beer in the driveway because we had nothing else to do with our dumb lives. And he backed out, and he smacks into the house, too. But it was like a boom because it was a brick house. And he didn't wreck anything, but we thought, oh, shit, we're going to wake up my parents, you know. That's all we want is my mom and dad to come out and start yelling at us in the middle of the night for being drunk in the driveway, because that's exactly why it happened, because he was driving drunk in our driveway.
Just
a fully experienced driver backing into the house like that.
Oops. That shit happens.
That's what happens.
I think it's karma. It's karma for all the shit that I did to my parents when I was a kid. So it's coming back to pay me with my kids.
You keep brushing it off like that. Yeah.
I wonder what
Make
the
sure
truth
you don't
really is.
Discipline too.
Yeah. Oh no, never. No, he's got to pay for all the damage. He is going to be paying for the damage once he gets a job. Good. The lazy bum.
Yeah, that's good.
So that reminds me.
It is tough. It is tough for guys like us to look at that, because I was a complete jackass degenerate, and whenever some young kid does something like that, I keep thinking to myself, I did way worse than that.
Yeah.
So, it is kind of difficult, but our job is not to lament our own childhoods. It's to steer those in the right direction.
Oh, and how's that working for you?
For me, worked out great. I had 2 girls. That's easy.
Oh, yeah. Girls are easier at some point, and other point they are just such a treat.
Because they like crying and stuff.
All emotional.
Like they like it.
I don't have a boyfriend this week.
I hope I'm not getting a cold. I have to cough again. Sorry, people. What the hell's going on? So constantly congested, got a cold. Everybody hates me.
So I've got some more stupid alcohol rules and shopping in Cleveland stories.
All right, let's do that. And then we'll go back and I'll tease this. I've got some TV stuff to talk about. So let's get on with let's see. Let's do them in order. First, you have to shop before you have alcohol. So let's do the shopping stories.
Right. Okay, so I'm in a hotel that's got a full kitchen, so I can finally cook. And,
very nice.
Yep. So make my own meals, save on per diem, that type of thing. I stop at this place is called Mark's. It's in Cleveland or outside of Cleveland. Grocery store, go in there. I get all my stuff. I get to the checkout lane. I ask the guy, does the card reader take the chip or not? And he says, yeah, it takes the chip. So I put my card in, and it tries to access and says, unable to use card. I said, so should I swipe it? He goes, well, what kind of card is it? I said, well, it's a MasterCard. We don't take MasterCard. I said, okay.
What the fuck's wrong with Mark?
I said, well, it's a debit card. Can I debit it? Well, not if it has a MasterCard logo.
Right. I understand that, though.
They only take Discover, and, there's an ATM over there. I'm like, so you don't take credit cards at all. You're a grocery store. Well, that's...
Discover?
Yeah. Well, that's so we can pass the savings along to you, is what he told me. This reminds me of the same person, the last person in Cleveland that told me that people like to wash their clothes in the sink at hotels. That's why they have detergent in the gift shop, even though they don't have a laundry machine.
That's right. I remember that show.
So now I get to go over to the ATM and put my MasterCard debit card in their little ATM machine and get charged $3.50 to withdraw enough money to buy my fucking groceries. How is that convenient?
It isn't. Mark had that scheme all figured out there at Mark's supermarket.
Fucking assholes.
Because his whole routine isn't about saving you money. It's costing you money, because he gets $2 out of the $3 in his pocket for everybody that has to go do that.
Nobody has Discover. So then I went right to the liquor store because I needed a drink. I go up to the counter and I pull out my MasterCard debit card to pay. No, it's cash only. And I said, excuse me? Well, it's cash.
Cleveland's a cash only place.
It's cash only for liquor. But because I was buying ginger beer too, I could put the ginger beer because it's non-alcoholic on your card, but I can't put liquor on your card.
What the hell is up with that? What kind of rule is that?
I don't fucking know. They're weird. They're all weird. So what happened? Of course, he pointed out the ATM machine. There's this giant conspiracy that you must have to go to ATM machines at these places, and they get the fee, so they're making more money. I don't know. It's a scam.
That's what I'm thinking, yeah. They got it all set up so that they make more money off ATM fees than they do off of charging up the prices.
Yeah, bastards.
That's bullshit, Davin.
That's like cab drivers. If a cab driver made you pay cash because they don't want to pay the 3% fucking MasterCard fee or Visa fee. Stupid.
They try that. They try it to you all the time, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
I've learned. I just ask every time I sit in a cab. Go, credit card's good, right? Even if it says it on the side in giant glittering letters, I still ask the guy because I've had that too, where it's just promoted all over the side of his cab, and he's going, no, I and then he'll lie to you. I told you I didn't take him. My machine's broken.
Yeah.
You didn't say anything even close to that.
No.
Those words never came out of your face.
The printer doesn't work. Oh, okay. Well, my method of payment is not going to work either because I'm not paying you, fucker.
Right. That's what I told them. And I go, you can call the police too. Or do you want me to call them?
Yeah.
Because right now you're just scamming me. You're lying to me and you're scamming me.
Or how about I call your boss? Or, hey, that little taxi ID number and report you, you fuck.
Yeah, it's probably not even the right guy in there. It's like they have one guy gets a license and all the rest of them just use it and take turns.
And it's always some name that you can't pronounce. Abdullah Muhammad Baga. Oh, okay. Does that even look like him?
We're going to go right to the racism, are we, Davin?
Of course we are.
Let's see. How long into the show was it before your first racist comment? Let me see.
20 minutes. I made it a little over 20 minutes.
Wow, it was almost right on the 20-minute mark.
Yep.
Funny. Oh, you got in pretty far. 20 minutes. Wow. I didn't even think it had been that long. I was thinking it was only about 10 minutes here.
No, we're doing pretty good. So what else you got for me, brother?
I like the new TV show from Comedy Central by executive producer Lorne Michaels and with friend Jason Sudeikis, I think his name is. He used to be on Saturday Night Live, I think, called Detroiters.
I have not seen it yet, but I've heard people talking about it.
Yeah, it's really good. It's one of those things, though, where you watch the first episode and you're not sure. Mm-hmm. You're just watching it going, is this funny? I can't tell if it's funny yet. And then as it goes along, it's obviously very funny. But at first, you're like trying to figure out whether or not you think it's funny. It's a strange thing. I don't know if that's just me or not. It could just be my dumb brain. Mm-hmm. But now it's just hilarious. It's two friends live in Detroit. One of the guys' dad owned an advertising agency, and then he died. Okay. So the kid takes it over, and when all the clients find out the kid took it over, they all leave. You know? I got some kind of cold.
Now, is it all filmed in Detroit?
There's a lot of stuff filmed in Detroit because in the first episode, I think it was, Jason Sudeikis plays like an executive at Chrysler.
Okay.
And they go to a meeting at Chrysler, and it's they have scenes shot in the Chrysler parking lot.
Okay.
And I could tell because I've carted gear through that Chrysler parking lot a bunch of times. Mm-hmm. But here's the funny thing too, because they always screw this up for TV. So they have a little sequence of them driving to the Chrysler meeting.
Yeah.
And they they pass the Redson, then they pass Ford Field, and then they pull into Chrysler. You're like, you got to drive like 20 miles north to get there.
Yeah.
It is.
And the only thing around there is expressway.
Mm-hmm. They omitted the whole expressway and everything. But one of the things I thought was funny is that so they're creating commercials, and they were having a meeting to try and brainstorm for a new commercial, and they did exactly the same thing that I did when I was a commercial copywriter. When I first started in the business, I worked for a cable company and I would write commercials.
What job haven't you had, Jerry?
I don't know. I don't know. I haven't tallied them all up yet.
Okay.
Oh, I know. I've never played George Washington Carver at Greenfield Village.
No, because you're not black.
Yeah, nobody knows. No one in this podcast listening knows what I just said, probably.
I do. I remember that episode.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, what we used to do is we used to have a little Nerf basketball hoop, and we would sit there and play basketball trying to think of commercials, mm-hmm. Think of copy and how we should write these commercials. They did exactly the same thing. I thought it was hilarious. Well, I'm like, wow, is that something that commercial copywriters do still?
To just play basketball and get ideas?
Yeah.
Something to kill time.
Basketball was a big thing because when I worked at a production house after that, and I would edit video, and when I would get into the creative block, we actually had an attached garage they'd pull all the vehicles into, but it had a full-size basketball hoop. And I would go out and shoot baskets at 3 a.m. when I was trying to meet an editing deadline, trying to think.
We used to play a game at my old company called Square Ball. And all it was this square piece of foam that we drew dice numbers on. And like you're rolling a big die. But
yeah,
the game was we're all in rolling chairs and we've got 4 tables, in the office, like right across from each other. So it was either one-on-one, one for all, or two people on one side against two people. And it's kind of like volleyball, but the whole thing is you cannot let the square ball hit the ground. So you're just volleying it back and forth, but you also cannot, you have to slide in your rolling chair around to hit it. You can't like get up out of your chair. So we used to do that to kill time. And I'm sure if anyone ever looked in and saw us running around hitting this stupid fucking foam piece of dice, they would have thought we were absolutely nuts.
And thought you were being very productive for your employer.
Oh, yeah, we were. It was blast, though.
That happens in the creative industry, though. You have little pieces of downtime that you have to fill with stupidity.
That's true.
I remember I was in an office setting where I was a producer on staff at the company where I edited to. And in the regular parts of the day, I guess you'd say, if I didn't have an edit going on or a shoot, then I would have to cold call police departments because we made crime prevention videos.
Okay.
Oh, we have a listener, Bill Kubota. He owned that company, and he listens to us, so he'll probably like this. So at one point, I don't even know where I got it. I think it was the guy. I shared an office with this guy, a man named Kim, K-I-M.
Okay. Kim.
And he wasn't
Asian?
He wasn't an Asian guy. No. His name was Kimberly, and he was like a regular old white guy, like a whatever you want to call a regular old white guy. That's what he is. So that was weird to start with. I think he brought a lunch one day, and he didn't want his orange, so he threw his orange to me, and I didn't want it, so I set it on the windowsill. And then, like, weeks later, it turned into a gourd. They were just sitting there in the sun. Well, it's citrus, so it didn't smell bad.
Yeah.
So anyway, we just started throwing that orange back and forth instead of making cold calls to the police departments to sell them videos. And that turned into a thing where people would get so mad, like the bosses were trying to smash the orange, one of them, and stuff. Goddamn orange. You guys are in there fucking throwing the orange around all day long.
Nice.
An orange gourd. But I bet you didn't know that could happen. You should try it. Everybody at home should try that. Put an orange on your windowsill and wait like a couple of weeks. It'll be hollow, and you can throw it around to your friends.
Orange gourd, huh? I never knew they turned like that. Did it harden up quite a bit?
Yes.
Okay.
It was perfect. Toss it back and forth. The orange died. Speaking of death, do you watch American Horror Story?
I have not had time to, but I've seen no episodes.
Oh, okay.
Ever.
You get a 100% score of nothingness on that one.
Exactly. Sorry.
But it's been around for quite a while now. And I just watched the last season, American Horror Story, My Roanoke Nightmare.
Okay.
It's basically like a haunted house story, whatever, blah, blah.
Is each episode
they're
different?
entertaining. No. But each season has the same actors playing different characters.
Okay.
So that's kind of cool. It really is kind of a cool show. They had one season with Lady Gaga in it, though, that sucked, and I still haven't even finished that season. It was the one before last. As I watch American Horror Story, I realize that if you find yourself in a horror movie situation where you're running away from people trying to kill you and you're running off into the woods, right?
Uh-huh.
Screaming while you run is not a good idea.
Okay, why is that?
Because if you're trying to get away from somebody, why are you screaming? You should be hiding. You should be running as silently as you can. Everybody in that goddamn show would run through the woods screaming, and it started to bother me because they all did it. Even the guys would run through screaming.
And
Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
There's nobody in the woods to help you, buddy.
No, and if you have people chasing you through the woods, why are you alerting them to your location? It's so stupid.
There are some really, really stupid people out there with horror movies, too. Some of the themes that just continue on and on.
Oh, the falling down?
The falling down, the going to the car that doesn't work. I watched one the other day. It was called The Sand.
Sand. Okay.
Yes. So it was one of those B B flick, kind of like Sharknado type ones. And
it was just dumb. Was it dumb on purpose or just dumb?
It was just dumb. These people actually thought they, were acting, but it really it was a bunch of teenagers in high school, I guess, that all go and they have this giant beach party, and two of them go out, and they're making out, and there's, people making out all over the place, and boyfriend, girlfriend drama, and they got the fire on the beach, and they're all drinking, getting loaded, and two of them find this giant egg, and they bring it back, and they're kicking it around and playing with it, and then the next morning, they all wake up passed out, and there's just clothes on the beach where people had passed out.
There's clothes, you said?
Clothes, yeah.
Okay.
And then the people that slept together in the little safeguard house or whatever it is, lifeguard house, and the people that people that slept in the car are fine, and the girl that passed out naked on the picnic table, she's okay, but anybody who touches the sand, there's like whatever was in that egg went into the sand and is now eating people, so you can't touch the sand.
Okay. It's sort of like when you're a little kid and you play quicksand and you're not allowed to touch the ground.
Right, or lava. And I saw a kid at the airport playing lava the other day, too. That was kind of funny. He was on the benches where they used to have payphones. And he was, Daddy, I can't touch the lava. It's too hot. He's crawling across it. It was kind of cute.
It's kind of cute.
Airport fun.
Is it where the payphones were or the TVs? Do you remember the airport where they used to have you put a quarter into the black and white TV and watch TV for a while?
This was
sitting on the armrest of your chair.
This was where the payphones were, but yeah, I remember those, and they were attached to the arm, and you could swing them in and out.
Yeah, and they were like big. They were big dumb TV tubes.
Big 4:3 aspect ratio. Yep.
I never got a chance to do it. My parents just would. If I was at the airport, we were going to go pick grandma up from the airport or something. Mm-hmm. And I'm hanging around and I'm a kid and I see them. Of course, every kid wants to do that, right?
Yep.
I'd just be laughed at. Mom, can I have a quarter to watch TV? What are you kidding me?
Yeah.
You're here to pick up grandma. You're not here to watch TV. You watch Gilligan's Island. It's like camping. When I was a kid and people would go camping, and there's a difference between what we did, which was a tent and a fire and a bottle of Faygo Red Pop. Mm-hmm. And then other people had an RV, and it would have a TV in it and everything.
That's like Paul from the Wonder Years. It's not real camping. When you pull in a 36-foot trailer, put up your HD antenna, you immediately get out and hook your propane canister to your spray bottle and spray the entire area for mosquitoes. Then you can hook up your toilet and your electric and everything else. It's like, really? It's
just a hotel room.
It's a hotel room, but you're in a field.
And it's not even a very comfortable hotel room either in those things. Because those beds are never comfortable. And it's narrow. Showers
are small.
Yeah. You can't stretch out and poop in those things because there's no room in that little tiny bathroom.
And there's no grunt bars.
There's no grunt bars.
Yeah.
No. Stupid. Yeah, that's not camping. And I don't, and that for people who don't listen all the time, Paul from the Wonder Years is Davin's friend named Paul, who I just picture as being Paul from the Wonder Years because I've never seen him before.
Yep.
Does he listen to the show?
He does occasionally. He's busy with skiing right now. See, Paul used to ski a lot, and he was a ski instructor at one of the ski slopes by us. So he's got like one clique of friends that is just into skiing. So now that I'm out of town traveling, he hangs out with that clique of friends that skis, and it's wintertime in Michigan. So skiing makes sense.
I'm still picturing a grown-up Paul from the Wonder Years, though, with horn-rimmed glasses up there on the slopes. Looking like a giant, like a grown-up Milhouse from Simpsons.
Oh, and I went with him skiing once when I was in high school, and I mean, he was good. He used to be able to do the flips and the twists, and I mean, he was a ski instructor. He skied almost every day.
I'm not sure I want to hear anymore because you're taking me all out of the Wonder Years thing now.
Yeah, he.
There can't be anything like 80s cool about him.
No, when I went skiing with him, I got my rental skis on. I'm cold as shit. I've never really been skiing. Went down the Bunny Hill a couple times. He takes me to the wall at Pine Knob. And
yeah, is that a big one?
It's like, I would say it's probably like a 70-degree drop. It's like a ridiculous.
Why didn't he just push you off a cliff? Why would he do that?
Well, he convinced me somehow. Well, I was stupid too. I still am. That if you jump off the wall, it's going to look like you're 30 feet up in the air, but you're really only 3 feet because you're falling down with the hill. Okay, Paul.
Yeah.
So I go off of this thing, and I'm in rental skis. The second I hit, it's like both skis pop out, poles go flying, my hat goes off, gloves everywhere, snow inside my shirt, big roll down the hill. He jumps off this thing, does this spin, lands next to me, sprays me with snow when he stops, and goes, dude, that was awesome. You were like 25 feet up there. I'm like, you fucking dick.
I know. Were you drunk or were you just normal?
No, I was normal. Well, as normal can get for me.
Lisa just came out. She's running away now that I said hi.
Oh, I've got a Karen story for you.
From my dog, Karen?
No, another Karen story for you.
Okay, what do you got?
We'll call it hashtag We Are Karen.
We Are Karen?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm in Cleveland. There's a band here I like, the Spasmatics.
Yes.
Keith, our audio guy, as well as Peter the Beard, our IT technician.
Yes.
We go out to go see the Spasmatics. Well, there's this table right by the side of the stage, and it's reserved for Karen. Nobody's sitting there.
Yeah.
So we decided we would sit there. I go out to have a smoke. I don't know where Keith went, but the waitress comes over and kicks Peter out of Karen's section.
Yeah.
So I come back and I said, what's going on? He goes, well, that's reserved for Karen. I said, so we're with Karen, right? He's like, okay. So we went back and sat down. The waitress comes by and asks me, are you with Karen? I said, yeah, I'm with Karen. She'll be here in a little bit. She's like, oh, okay. So then 3 girls come up and they sit down too, and they played along. I said, are you Karen? And no, they went, no, Karen's on her way. They don't know Karen either. They're just wanting to get a cheaper seat too. So we don't know who this Karen person is, but we all decided we were Karen that night. And whoever Karen is never showed up or didn't know she had a reserved section because we filled it.
And you should have seen the bar tab on Karen's credit card after that was all.
Karen's bill, exactly.
I keep picturing my dog sitting at the bar watching the Spasmatics right now.
Hashtag We Are Karen.
Hashtag We Are Karen. It wouldn't be a good title of the show, though.
No.
People wouldn't know what that meant.
Except for...
And neither would Cleveland is cash only. Oh, that wouldn't work either.
Yeah. Although beers are cheap. Oh, my God.
Well, we used to put city titles in all the time, like Long Beach, Missouri. No, wait. What is the beach called in Miami?
South Beach.
South Beach. Misery and South Beach.
Yep.
That's Sean Burns' listener was the one who wrote in to us. Uh-huh. And by wrote in, I mean asked me as I walked by.
Hey, what episode?
What episode was Penny Toes?
Did he find it?
He found it, and it was Misery at South Beach. Now, he didn't go on about how funny Penny Toes was, which I think it's hilarious because new listeners right now are saying, what the hell is a Penny Toes? And a Penny Toes is a game. It's a game played between a grandfather and his loving children.
Grandchildren.
Yes, and his loving grandchildren. Grandchildren named Davin. Davin, time to play Penny Toes. Apparently... You put pennies between your toes.
Yep.
As a grandfather, and something I don't know what happens.
No, what we would do
by the time you get to that part of the story, I'm already laughing too hard.
Well, the whole thing was there was a candy store down the street that back then, a penny you can get a piece of bubble gum, that type of thing. It was
Yes,
fedoras.
I remember that.
Fedoras, I think it is. So anyway, he had this whole jar full of pennies, and he would go, "Oh, the grandkids are here. Grandpa's going to go, let's play penny toes." Grandpa would go lay on the bed. He'd take his shoes and socks off.
That's right. It gets creepy right there. Lay on the bed.
And then we would take stacks of pennies and stick them between his toes.
Oh, you're placing the pennies between his toes.
And then he would wiggle his feet, and whatever pennies fell out, we would get to keep.
What a horrific game. That's terrible. Come on, kids, let's go in the bedroom, tickle Grampy's feet. What if you tickle? Was it against the rules to tickle his feet?
Oh, I don't remember. He might have let my sister tickle his feet. I don't know. The girls might have been able to.
It's not like he's a professional basketball player from a few episodes ago, where you tickle his feet. But get you, Grandpa.
I want a gobstopper, and I'm going to pay for it with these athlete's foot-smelling fungus pennies.
I know. It really doesn't sound like that difficult of a game either.
No.
To put pennies between someone's toes and let them wiggle them out.
Just something to get.
How about he gives you a handful of pennies and it's over?
But where's the fun in that?
I know.
It's so sick.
Come on, kids, let's play penny toes. Anyway,
this is the most action this bed's seen in years. Oh, Lord.
Grandma doesn't like to play penny toes. I don't remember what I was going to say about Sean. But he listened to Misery. Oh, that's right. He didn't even react too much to penny toes. He started talking about us complaining about labor in Miami.
Oh.
and about you being electrocuted.
Yeah.
You want to enjoy some good stories, people? Go listen to Misery at South Beach and hear about Davin being electrocuted.
If you like penny toes, wait till we play Find the Quarter.
God. I got a rolled up dollar bill somewhere.
Now I'm just trying to find it.
Oh, Mr. Washington, that tickles.
It's so wrong.
It is wrong.
Simple.
I wish your grandpa, I'm sure, isn't around anymore. I wish he was so we could call him and ask him what the hell he was thinking.
He's not. He's not around. He passed away years and years ago.
You know what? They say that people would put pennies on someone's eyelids when they passed away. Did you put them between his toes when you were at the wake?
We should have. Grandpa penny toes.
You make him go through eternity with uncomfortable pennies between his toes.
Shake him. Shake him when he gets stiff and rigor mortis. I got the pennies, Grandpa.
Oh, my God. Let's see. What else we have? What else do we have? We did the Detroiter show. Don't scream when you're running away in a horror movie.
Hey, do you have any more calendar sayings? Because you got that new calendar a while back.
Oh, shit. No, I did not bring them.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, we've got a real consistent show, don't we?
Yeah.
Create a new bit, do it once, and erase it.
Oops.
Penny toes. Oh, never mind. All right, let me see. I had an upgrade story, but it's not that great.
I've got they actually flew me to Cleveland from Detroit.
I used to do that every time.
It's a 20-minute flight. It takes longer to drive to the airport, check your bags, wait for the plane, than to drive here. It's silly.
Yeah, but you don't get it. Now you have those 2 segments and those 1,000 miles.
Right. But what I realized is they put the stupidest fucking flight attendants on the short little bullshit flights. It's like the train.
Yeah, with a little tiny plane too.
Right. It's like it's job growth like a tumor You know, it's like, we'll put you here and we know you suck and you're going to make us look bad, but it might be only for a few years and we'll move you up to a longer flight. This stewardess, oh my God. Sit down, and I got bumped to first class, which is not, you don't get very excited about getting bumped to first class when it's a 20-minute flight from Detroit to Cleveland.
No, and plus some of those littler planes. Was this the one that had the row of 1 seats on the left side and 2 on the right?
Yes, and I was in the one on the left. So
you were in the single seat, so you get bashed into by everybody, because these first class seats are not first classy. They're they're like a little bit wider than a regular seat. Yeah.
So our stewardess, Ellen, from Alabama, because we heard all about her life history, because everyone can hear the conversation she's having with the Ubonics stewardess up front, who's axing all kinds of questions.
Hang on a second. Hold on. 40. Oh, another 25 minutes. And we got another racial comment from Davin.
So anyway, she comes around and sees if anyone wants coffee. And I said, okay, I'll take one with cream. Okay, and you want one with cream and sugar, and the guy next to me didn't say a word. He didn't order anything. She comes out with a coffee with cream for him. You had the cream, right? He's like, no, I didn't order a coffee. And I see the guy in front of him. I mean, there's only 6 rows in first class. How can you get confused over who has what? Because you're from Alabama. Anyway. That's right. You should have looked at her when she asked, and you should have said, I like my coffee black, like my stewardesses. So she, no, this is a white stewardess. The other stewardess
I know, but I was just bringing the other one up. I know who you're talking to, the Alabama one.
So anyway, she came out to the same guy again. Oh, you had a coffee, right? He's like, no. Finally, she comes out with the coffee on the tray and hands it to him, like force feeding him this coffee. He's like, I guess I got a coffee.
Yeah.
I looked at him. He's shaking his head. The guy next to him's laughing. I said, I dare you.
Drink your goddamn coffee, mister.
I dare you to send it back. So then we land early. So the gate's not ready. So we're already having to wait for them to get gate people. We finally taxi up. So now we were 10 minutes early. Now we're 5 minutes late. Taxi up to the gate. She decides the lady in front of me that has the little tiny fucking squishy dog inside of the little carrier.
Oh, Paris Hilton.
Yeah, one of those. Oh, I have a dog just like that. We're trying to exit, and she's siphoning through her phone looking for pictures of her grandkid's dog that looks like this lady's dog. In the meantime, we've got all these people behind us that are trying to get off the goddamn plane, and Miss Alabama wants to show pictures and talk stories. Let's talk stories with this other lady, and I'm going to bond. It's like,
let's talk stories. That's so stupid. Let's talk some stories. I love talking stories.
Oh, my grandkids have a dog just like that. She's so precious. Her name is Bella, and Bella's got the cutest little smile. And we're all standing there going, we're already
the dog
fucking
has
late.
The cutest smile.
Yeah.
I had one that was kind of new for me. I usually don't get caught like this. So, and it hurts too, because you're with a coworker who was actually, he wasn't bumped up, but he was in the sky zone, and I was only in zone 1 because I lost all my status.
Okay.
So, coworker's on all comfy in his seat waiting, and I'm in line to get on the plane. You know, when you're on the stupid boarding thing.
Right.
What the hell do they call it? They call it the jetway.
Right. When
you're on the jetway, and so the line's going, and then she stops me. Sir, hold up a minute. I have to serve first class. So there I was, standing there, waiting for her to take the orders for all the drinks and then slowly bring the drinks back to the people, and then come back again. And I go, you're not going to make me wait for round 2, are you? And she goes, I'm sorry, but we have to serve first. This is first class. She's giving me that whole routine.
Right.
And I'm like, I know what it is. But, all of those people behind me think it's me right now.
Right.
They're like, no, they don't think it's you. They know how it is. They fly Delta. I go, believe me, they think it's me. And, she's just looking at me. I go, I know, do what you got to do, but whatever, You shouldn't make me go through 2 rounds of it.
You should
go through 1.
Yeah, you should have farted right in first class. Just fucking ripped one. Just leave it lingering so everyone has to walk through it.
And of course they thought it was me because when I walked back, then our coworker looked at me and said,
what the fuck?
What's that all about? I go, they had this serve first class. And he goes, oh, I thought it was you. Like they're giving me a hard time because it's an international flight. So there's always those little weird things on international.
I just have a feeling that this lady, this stewardess, she sent in her 23 DNA and me test and it came back with a receipt and it was blank.
Dumb. That was worth a shot though, right?
I tried it. Hey,
I know. I'm sitting here trying to think of what could make that better. We could make a better joke out of that. I can't think of it.
Hey, did you see that Taco
came back with a picture of Frankenstein? Oh, never mind.
Did you see that Taco Bell has a new naked chicken chalupa?
I did, and let's talk about that for a second. Even though we're going into a dark territory now because we're already past 50 minutes. That's usually not like us. What the hell is going on with that? It's like a giant chicken patty that you fold into the shape of a chalupa and fill it up with greens and stuff, right?
Yeah, it's like a taco wrapped, instead of a taco shell, they're wrapping that fucker with a whole fried chicken breast. And why are they calling it naked when the chicken breast is breaded?
Yeah, it's not naked. It's got breading all over it. Is it something that you're going to try? Would you like that?
You know what? It looks like something I would try. I wonder how many calories are in that thing.
It's just chicken. No, it's probably horrendously full of calories. It's deep fried.
Clogger. They just need to add bacon to it, and that'll really put them over the top.
Well, the thing is that I would want to try it, except for all the shit on the inside. I don't give a fuck about, like the lettuce and tomatoes and sauce or whatever. Who needs that? Give me some more chicken on the inside.
So chicken wrapped in chicken.
Yes.
Ooh.
Something like that. Or a different kind of, maybe you're right. Maybe it should be chicken on the outside with bacon and what else could there be? Bacon and what on the inside?
Oh.
What goes with chicken?
Oh, turkey and cheese.
Cheese.
Ham.
More chicken, some ham. That's what you do.
Ham,
It'd be like
bacon,
a cordon bleu.
Yeah, do it like that.
Let's buy some of those and make chicken cordon bleu tacos.
That sounds really good. Did you save $85 this week?
Did I? No, I did not. Why was I supposed to?
I saved $85 by not celebrating Valentine's Day.
Oh, I did the same thing. I did save $85.
Because that is the average that people spend on their loved one on Valentine's Day is $85.
Did we just do that like 2 shows ago or something?
I don't know. I had it in my notes.
Or did you do it last year?
I don't know.
I remember it coming up too. So the average is $85. I saved $80. You're right. I saved $85. Then how much does the woman spend?
Oh no, we were talking about that. That's what you're thinking about. We were talking about some other holiday where what they expect to get for Christmas. That was it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So
only a couple months ago.
That's true. So what else you got?
So what you're telling me is they only listed the price for a man because women don't get anything for men for Valentine's Day. They just receive shit. Is that what it is?
Oh, let's hope they receive stuff.
Oh, there you go. See, now you just did that. You just turned your frown upside down and made a positive into a negative.
Yes, I did.
I mean, a negative into a positive. I get that all wrong. You just took some, what did they say? You took some lemons and made lemonade out of it.
I did.
You just took some pennies and made penny toes out of it.
You got to do what you got to do.
Thanks for the gumball, Grandpa. Dumb. Yeah, we don't do Valentine's Day. We think it's stupid.
Yeah.
And we would also like to credit our friends Walt and Laura for telling us how stupid it was and that they don't do it. It was their gateway people. They allowed us to escape the Hallmark holiday.
Right. How about the other Midwestern Hallmark holiday, Sweetest Day?
Is it only Midwestern? I don't know. Let's ask the people. People, tell us if it's only Midwestern or not.
It might have expanded to other states that people from Michigan moved to, but it's probably
Sweetest Day.
Yeah. Actually developed by a person from Cleveland. A chocolatier from Cleveland came up with that one.
Figures.
Yep. You didn't know that, did you?
Hey, you know what I saw today? Speaking of chocolatiers?
What'd you see?
I went to a place called 7-Eleven. I don't know if you've been to these places before, but they're just fantastic. They've got all kinds of things there. No chipping in Michigan, though.
Okay.
Anyway, right smack dab on the counter is another thing that probably only happens in the Midwest, too. I saw a box full of punchkis.
Oh, at 7-Eleven?
Yep, and they were like bakery fresh. They were good for 2 days. It was till Thursday, it said. Good until Thursday.
Oh.
I want those. I don't know if I've ever even had a punchki.
Does that mean Fat Tuesday's coming up? Is that what it is?
I think that's what you do on Fat Tuesday. Is it like the last Tuesday in February?
Yeah, you eat a bunch of donuts that are called punchkis.
They're called punchkis.
Yeah, I know. Polish donuts.
I think they're just the same as a filled donut, but they don't have a hole in them, right? And they're just round like a ball. Is that the deal?
It could be. I'm not really sure.
So
I'm not a Polish woman.
So if you want to extrapolate and get all racist like you would, then they're basically
I'm not racist, Jerry. I'm just speaking the truth.
Get all nationalistic. They're just Polish people didn't know how to make a real good donut, and they just puffed them up and did whatever they wanted, right?
Yep.
It's just like a big blown out version of a donut.
And it makes you fat. Any reason to eat donuts? That works. They should have a bacon day.
Where?
Everywhere. Just some day to celebrate bacon.
I thought you said any reason to eat donuts at work, because
chalupa.
I noticed at work there's a lot of donuts. This is the things that we never saw because I was on the road. You're on the road. You know when you're gone, and it doesn't happen in the summer. There's donuts all over the place there.
People are constantly eating. My God.
Yeah.
It's every day there's stuff in the cafeteria. Oh, we had a meeting and here's leftover food. Oh, so-and-so's birthday's here. Oh, someone brought in donuts. Oh, here's cookies. Oh, here's a fundraiser.
Yep.
All those people do is eat.
I know, and I don't engage in any of it.
I think it's a conspiracy because right now our company's doing the Biggest Loser challenge to try to lose weight and get people healthy. And what happens? The insurance company comes in to go over your benefit plan, and they bring in donuts.
I know, that was a really strange choice. All right, everybody, let's get healthy. Let's think about our insurance. Let's make sure that we never have to use it again. But here's a whole bunch of donuts.
And we're going to have the meeting in the smoking lounge while we're at it.
Yeah. Some donuts and some smokes for you. There was one of the girls in the office, women in the office, I should say, that was doing that conspiracy theory. She was asking me about it, saying, who brought in all these donuts? I bet it was somebody from the Biggest Loser competition.
Yeah.
Someone trying to sabotage everything.
If I bring these and leave them for people, they'll lose.
On that note, we're going to have to end this show so we can have a life.
This is true. It's 58 minutes in, so.
Yes. So everybody, thank you so much for listening to the You Name It podcast, and we'll see you again next week.
Pop a wheelie, guys.